Hey, what's up, guys? It's Everett again. It is Jeremy's turn. We are kicking off round number two. Um, this is going to be a doozy of a turn. I knew that the U.S. wasn't going to do a whole lot. No offense, it's the nature of this setup. So I've actually, ever since Italy's turn was over, I've been planning Germany's turn because I knew the U.S. weren't going to really matter too much in my plans, and of course they didn't. I'm going to be a little bit bold here with my strategy. It may backfire, this round or maybe even round three. We'll see. But hey, that's why we play the game. It's fun, right? It's no fun to just sit back and build up. I like to blow shit up. So, anyways, I'm gonna get started. So Germany has $37 from last turn. For the 37, I'm going to buy 2 submarines, 2 tanks, 3 infantry. I'm going to buy 1 damage off the factory in Germany proper. And I'm going to buy a research token. That all should add to 37. Hopefully my math is good on that. So the factory in Berlin will just have the 1 damage now since I bought the 1 off. So I'm going to roll the research token first. That happens first before anything. I'm going to use a neutral red dice. I have to get a 6 on this in order to develop. I did not get a 6. I only got a 3. So we'll save that token until next turn, and we'll roll it again next turn. I'm going to set it right there. Next up, I'm going to clear my battles here. So obviously I'm going to do this fleet battle. I'm going to declare that first. So it's hard to fit it all in that one sea zone. So I'm going to put it up here on Greenland, what I'm attacking with. That way it's kind of clearer. But you guys get the idea. It's going to be all 3 subs from Sea Zone 7. They're all going 1, 2. The sub from 2 is going 1, 2. Okay. Sorry, I knocked that guy over. The cruiser, obviously, going 1, 2. Both fighters are going to take off and go 1, 2 to the battle. The aircraft carrier is moving 2 spaces to the battle. This fighter in Norway is going to go 1, 2 to the battle. The bomber from Norway 1, 2 to the battle. So everything moved twice, 2 spots to that battle, and that is going to happen. Yeah. Just in case you're wondering, when that battle goes off, you'll see me taking casualties. I've already spoken to Alan, the guy controlling the UK, and he's told me which order he wants his casualties to come off in. So I wanted to make sure I was doing it the way he wanted it, and so I've already talked to him about that. The next battle I'm going to declare is Karelia, up north here. These 2 guys in Norway are going to hop on this lonely transport, and they're going to get dropped off in Karelia. I'm also going to take 1 infantry and 1 tank from the Baltic states into Karelia. So I'm just going to move a chip for now up to represent troop and knock them over again. My fingers are so fat, I'm sorry. And then I'm going to move 1 tank from the Baltic states. All right. I'm going to replace this with a tank so we know what that is, because I got so much going on, it's going to confuse me. All right, so there's the tank, okay? The next combat is going to be in Belorussia, right there. So from the Baltic states, I'm going to take 1 infantry and 1 artillery. There's only 1 artillery in there, but you get the idea. I'm going to replace that chip with a troop marker, just so I know what's going on. Okay, there's that one. The next combat is going to be in East Poland. I'm going to take the last troop from the Baltic states and 1 artillery from Poland. They're going right there. So there's that battle. The last battle is going to be Bulgaria, Romania. The Russians have 2 troops there. They currently own it. I'm going to be taking 3 infantry from Poland. I'm going to be taking the solitary artillery from Poland. And I'm going to be taking 1 tank from Poland. All right, got that. So these guys are still troops up here. I'm not going to replace them with a troop marker because eventually I'm going to move those guys from Germany and they're just going to, it'll all stack up. But so that's all the battles. I am going to have one more combat, but it's going to be a non-rolling combat. The tank from Libya is going to move through Egypt and into Anglo-Egypt Sudan and control that territory. And that is all of my combat declared. Now we're going to roll it all out. As you can see, I have everything set up over here. We're going to start Karelia, then Belorussia, then East Poland, then Bulgaria, Romania, and then we're going to do the gigantic sea battle. And we'll see how it goes. So we're going to start with Karelia. Again, I have 3 regular infantry up there. They roll on 1s. You can see I hit 1, so I'm not going to bother rolling the tank. I'm just going to roll Russia's return shot. He rolls on a 2, trying to keep everything in frame. So he did hit 1 on the return roll. So I'm going to remove the Russian guy and 1 casualty for the Germans. And put them on the side. So now we're going to go to Belorussia. I've got 1 troop supported by an artillery, so they're both going to hit on a 2 or less. There's 1 hit. So the Russians get to roll back 1 troop. And he hit. The Russians are on their game today. I'm going to take the infantry as a casualty for the Germans, and of course the Russian troop died. We're going to move on to East Poland. It's the same, 1 infantry supported by an artillery. They both missed. We go to the Russians. He missed as well. We go back to 1 infantry, 1 artillery. Misses again. Russian rollback. Miss again. They're hitting everything to begin with. Now we're not hitting anything. Okay, same thing. 1 infantry, 1 artillery. Okay, there we got 1 hit. So the Russian guy dies, but he does get to roll back. And he missed again. So for East Poland, the Russian died. Germany didn't take any casualties in that battle. So we're going to move to Bulgaria, Romania. I've got 2 regular troops that aren't supported by artillery. They hit on 1s. Actually got 1 hit with those guys. Then I have 1 troop and 1 artillery. Both hit on 2s. Okay, so yeah, well okay. So both the Russians are dead. They do get to roll back. Looks like he hit 1 in defense. So we're going to remove the Russians. And we're going to take 1 infantry as a casualty for the Germans. And now, the gigantic sea battle. Okay, so I talked to Alan, like I said before. He has instructed me to take casualties in this order. All destroyers first, all fighters second, then the cruiser and the aircraft carrier last. So I'm going to put them in order from first to last. So that is the order he's instructed me to take casualties in, from left to right, and that's the order that they're going to go in. So to start off, there are destroyers present, so the German subs do not get their special surprise attack. Instead, I'm going to start at the bottom and roll the aircraft carrier first. Hits on a 1. Miss. Okay, I've got 3 subs. They hit on 2s. Looks like you got one casualty there. So I'm going to take one destroyer as a casualty. All right, next I have 3 fighters and 1 cruiser. I'm going to roll those together because they all roll in 3s or less. Looks like I got 1, 2 casualties. That was a 5 down there, so it's not a casualty. So 2 more casualties, which will be the other 2 destroyers. And then I have 1 bomber, rolls on 4 or less. Also a hit, which will be 1 of the fighters. Okay, so now England gets to roll back. He has 3 destroyers and 1 aircraft carrier. They all roll in 2s, so I'm going to roll them together. So 4 dice. Oh, wow. So 1, 2 casualties there. I'm going to lose a sub and the aircraft carrier. Those are my casualties there. All right, now he has a cruiser, which rolls on a 3. That is a miss. And he has 2 fighters, rolls on 4s. And he got both of those. So we're going to take a fighter casualty. And we're going to take the cruiser casualty. Okay? So this is what we're left with. I'm going to have 2 sub shots. Now, because the destroyers are dead now, if either one of these hit, they will actually kill one of the ships. So, fuck. Well, yeah. Damn it. Shit. Well, I mean, yeah, it's 2 hits, so these guys actually die and don't get to roll back. Kind of feel bad about that. I wonder if he knew that was going to happen. Yeah. I'm going to talk to him before I post this video. If he says it's cool, and man, that sucks. Anyways, so 2 fighters. There's the last hit on his fighter. The fighter does get to roll back. It did get a hit. I cannot take a sub as a casualty because the fighter can't hit the sub. So I'll have to take a fighter as a casualty instead. So, very bloody battle. Those last 2 sub shots were... I did not expect that to happen, but, you know, that's what it does. Damn it. Alright, so now I have to resolve all this on the board. This may take a minute, so bear with me. So in Karelia, we lost a Russian guy and 1 German infantry. That's worth 2. So Germany goes up 2, and Russia goes down 2. In Belorussia, lost the Russian infantry and the German infantry. So Germany goes up 1. Russia goes down 1. In East Poland, we lost the Russian guy. The Germans didn't take any casualties. There's another $1 to Germany, 1 up. Russia goes down 1. In Belorussia, both the Russian guys died. What did I lose there? I lost 1 infantry there. Sorry, I have to keep looking back at my battle board setup. Let's see what my casualties were on that. Alright, so that's that. That is $2. So Germany will go up 2. And Russia will go down 2. We're now on top of Japan. Germany took Anglo-Egypt-Sudan with no contestation, so Germany will go up 1 more to 37. UK will go down 1 to 38. Yeah. The naval battle was pretty bad. In case you're wondering how I decide to do battles like that, because it was close. Basically, I did the math, and I was ahead by several points as far as attack value versus defensive value, and I had more casualties to take. And him having 3 destroyers, I kind of figured he would take those as casualties first. That's why I didn't take my subs as casualties immediately, because I wanted them to have their special attack on the second round. I didn't know that they were both going to hit like that, but that's how it happens sometimes. But what is left in that C zone is 2 German subs and 1 fighter and 1 bomber. Everything else died. So, very bloody battle there, but I think that's going to be good for Germany in the long run. It sets UK back at least 2 turns, because now they have to build. And because I'm going to have 4 subs near any sea zone they can build in, he's going to have to build destroyers, and he's going to have to stay on top of it. I am leaving that transport to die, just the way it goes. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. So that is all my combat resolved. I'm going to go to non-combat. The fighter and the bomber both move 2, so they're both going to move to I'll just put them back here. I'm just going to put them both back in Norway. Let them land there. Non-com. The guys in Libya are going to move up to Egypt and hang out with the Italians there. They're all eating spaghetti together. That was racist. Anyways, fucking tank from Germany is going to move up to Poland. The infantry from Germany are going to move up to Poland. And that is everything I own. Okay, that's it. Now comes the cool part. And I will mobilize my units. 3 infantry. Everything's going into Germany proper. 3 infantry, 2 tanks, and then 2 subs into C Zone 5. 3 infantry, 2 tanks, and 2 subs into C Zone 5. The reason I did Karelia, Belarusia, East Poland, and Bulgaria all on the same turn is because now I get all 3 bonuses. Germany gets all 3 of its bonuses. So on the national projection chart, Germany is at 37 plus another 15 is 52. So I've got 32. I'm just going to add 2 20s. I think my math is correct on that. Germany's at 37, 15, yeah, 52. Okay. That's Germany's turn. Sorry, I'm just double checking myself. Okay, sorry, that went on way too long. Yeah, done. Russia's up next. Do your worst.